Hey, Mr. Ramos here, sharing another nugget of history, one grain of salt at a time. So here's a question. What do McDonald's fries and ancient African trade routes have in common? Salt. Yup, that tiny thing we shake on food today used to be worth its weight in gold. In fact, entire empires thrived just because of it. Let's rewind to a time when refrigerators didn't exist. If you wanted to save meat, you didn't throw it in a freezer. You packed it with salt. Salt preserved food, helped with hydration, and kept people alive in a hot, sweaty Sahara. That made it a big deal. Question: why was salt considered so valuable in ancient times? Here's the situation: West Africa had salt, lots of it. The Sahara Desert, believe it or not, used to be a shallow sea. When it dried up, it left behind salt deposits the size of surfboards. Workers dug out these slabs, carved them into blocks, and camels hauled them across scorching desert. At the same time, West Africa also had something shiny and irresistible: gold, mountains of it. And traders from Europe, the Middle East, and even Asia were like, yes, please. Gold flowed north, while salt came south. 1 ton of gold a year crossed the Sahara. And get this: European kings used African gold to mint coins. So if you ever dream of being rich, thank Africa. Question: what major resource did West African region provide and help fuel trade? This wasn't just pocket change. Gold from West Africa helped fuel entire international trade systems. Spices from India, silk from China, coins in Europe. Talk about global connections before Wi Fi. But let's be real, behind the wealth was something awful: the African slave trade. Starting in 600s, enslaved people were forced to work in salt mines and gold fields by Muslim traders. Most were taken from the Niger Delta. Chained together, they walked for miles across the desert. Many never made it. Which group increased the African slave trade in the 600s? Muslim traders expanded the trans Saharan slave trade. Slaves were exchanged for goods like horses, valuable in the desert warfare. One good horse could cost many human lives. Some slaves became laborers, some soldiers, some even worked as artisans or servants in the Mediterranean cities. But let's be clear, none of this was okay. Families were torn apart, and many were traded cruelly with little chance of freedom. Question: what were most enslaved people taken from during the trans Saharan slave trade? So here's the big picture: Africa wasn't just about resources, but about power, trade, suffering, and survival. Salt and gold brought wealth, but they also came at a human cost. And believe it or not, this trait helped shape global history. Let's check what you remember. Here's a recap. Number one: why was salt valuable in ancient times? Number two: what major resources came out of Western Africa? Number three: who expanded the trans Saharan slave trade in the 600s? And number four: Where were many enslaved people taken from? Thanks for hanging out with me, one golden moment at a time. This is Mr. Ramos signing off with Salty Fact. If you ever complain about carrying your backpack, imagine hauling a 200-pound salt block across the desert. Stay hydrated, historians.